Man. Now we're going to change scenery here quickly. Look at how plush and green everything is around us. We climb up a little higher. We're going into a desert canyon with cactus growing everywhere, scorpions crawling across the dirt, less than 12 inches of annual rain. It's what Samuel Clemens called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific after his visit in 1866. Waimea. And you feel the winds come across the ridgeline towards us a little bit. On the shore is the town Waimea. It was here on January 16th, 1778. Captain James Cook became the first Westerner ever to set foot on Hawaiian soil. There was a coincidence. During that visit, Hawaiians at the exact same time were celebrating makahiki. They would take white square pieces of tapa cloth made from the bark of trees, attach it to wooden poles, and parade clockwise around the shore with it. Symbolically, it announced the coming of Lono from the sea. Here comes two ships, Discovery and Resolution, clockwise around the shore with big white square sails on their wooden mast poles. They thought Captain Cook was Lono in the flesh. It didn't last long.
A sign from the gods. What gods were they that brought them here?
You know, they were totally freaked out. According to Captain Cook, they were face down in the sand trembling when he first set foot on the soil.
Because they thought he was godlike, eh?
Yep, they thought he was one of the demigods. But it didn't last very long. 1 year, 1 month later, he's at Kealakekua Bay on the Big Island. He gets into a skirmish with Hawaiians and cuts himself. The moment they saw he cut himself, they knew he wasn't Lono. They lost all fear, and they killed him on the spot. He died February 14, 1779, Valentine's Day, a year and 1 month after first finding Hawaii.
Man, should have had somebody else handle the knives.
Yeah. You notice all the red dirt? That's the oxidized iron in the soil. They dye t-shirts with it. And you might go to stores and see red dirt shirts dyed with the red dirt. A lot of it erodes to the streams, collects at the river, going to the town Waimea. Waimea means red water. And it must have inspired Samuel Clemens. After his visit, returning home, he would write, I now know a place where the smell of the flowers blow across the sea, and though I might sit over 1,000 miles away, I can never forget this beautiful place, where waters deep and red still stir my imagination.
Wow.
Stirring anyone's imagination?
It's beautiful.
Isn't this great? You might see wildlife running around out here. Wild goat, wild boar, deer, pheasant, quail, dove, feral sheep. Wow. Chickens running wild everywhere. During a hurricane, we actually have the fastest chickens in the world right here on Kauai. 1992, Hurricane Iniki went directly across the island. Chickens were doing 200 miles an hour.
Oh, wow, look at that canyon. That is awesome. That is
the first ventricle here, Wailai. It's got a little waterfalls. I've got a spectacular waterfalls for you.
Wow.
And it kind of sneaks up on you, too. You can see the other helicopters. Everybody's heading this way because of Waipo'o waterfalls. It's fed directly from the Ulukai swamp, which distributes water from Auwaialeale all the way around the island, even to the farthest, driest point of our desert.
It does look like the Grand Canyon. I mean, it's crazy.
Isn't it amazing?
little bit more vegetation, but not really much. I mean, really. I mean,
yeah, it's just
in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. You have a little bit of green, but we went hiking there when we first got married. Went to Hermit Springs and then Dripping Springs, and then just a little on a Hermit's Trail, and just a little bit of water, but it nourished a lot of animals. Big sheep came down there and drank from it. It's
really a beautiful spot. And there's our White Pole Falls. You can see we'll take turns with our company over here. The winds right now are perfect because it kind of just blows the waterfalls back up in the air.
Oh my God.
Isn't this great?
Has nowhere to go because the winds are perfect.
And see the rainbow appearing?
Wow. Oh my.
Now, a rainbow in the waterfalls is called Wainui Nui. And a rainbow at night, our Nui Nui Kaupo. We have all the different type rainbows here in Hawaii. And whenever you see a rainbow appear in the waterfalls, couples are supposed to kiss. No pressure, no pressure. There we go. Let me come back around here one more time.
Nice. I like this action.
Yep. Got to do another repeat on this. This is beautiful. There's your rainbow.
You know it's pretty good when the pilot swings back around for a double take.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
The lighting, everything is just perfect. I know what everyone's thinking right now, too. Poor Steve. Having to fly like this all day. What a rough job he has.
We've been very fortunate on this trip to catch everything just right.
Oh, it's perfect. My wife actually thought I had a rough job until I took her flying with me. The moment she realized how much fun I was having, well, sympathy went out the door, and I became the family masseuse. I now rub her neck and back on demand. That one really backfired on me. Elevator going up.
Here we go.
Yep, catch a free ride back up outside the canyon.
Using that updraft.
That's it. You don't fly harder if you fly smarter.
Well, it's amazing. We have some big, 300, 400, 500-foot drops into Mexico where we're at just around town, within 20 minutes of where we live. And you can actually, old tree branches, you can heave over the side of the canyon and the wind will just take them right up and loft them about 40 feet right over the top of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to be careful of that stuff. Have you been to Volcano Park on the Big Island?
No.
When lava's flowing up there, sometimes when it encapsulates a tree, it will just flow around the trunk and seal it off. What happens is it starts to superheat the tree, and all the water that's normally coming up from the roots flashes to steam,
boils,
and you get tree rockets. I mean, trees taking off, blast of steam underneath them. That's when you think, now I have seen it all. So you got to be careful when you fly around the lava flow areas because of that. Hey, we got a nicely paved road. Goes all the way to Kauai, but you can't see driving up here. The little reservoir, it's stocked with rainbow trout. 4th of July weekend, packed with people up here fishing. And you have no clue it's even here when you drive around. Only can see it from the air. And on the shore of the Pacific Missile Range facility, Barking Sands. My son's a fireman down there. He also owns a CrossFit gym, keeps himself in great shape. And when I need a workout, that's only a phone call. Hey son, can you work out for me? Great, thanks. That's as close to CrossFit as I'm going to get. They're maniacs. Yeah, I don't do that. I already told him to. You know, you're going to get tendonitis or something doing that. Oh, no, Dad, you're old school. That's how you do the workouts now. Sure enough, pulled a tendon. I didn't have the heart to tell him I told you so. They're clearing out a lot of trees right now. Looks like they're going to extend down from where NASA built their tracking station uphill to our right. The missile range has its own tracking station here to our left front. That's when they're tracking missiles launched from there and any missiles that would be coming our way. That's why he doesn't have too much concern for anything coming this way. Yeah, they'd be vaporized before they'd ever get closer.
Look at that.
Isn't this incredible? And we're back to a eucalyptus forest. You can see the eucalyptus trees are budding right now. And sometimes you actually smell eucalyptus when you fly across here. I used to have a little jar of Vicks Vapor Rub I'd hold by the vent. People would go, wow, it's strong. It's a lot of fun flying the island. Yeah, we're going to change scenery again. Now, this is one of my favorite changes in scenery up ahead of us here. The ground's going to suddenly vanish here, 3,000 feet beneath us. Hey, welcome to the beautiful Nepali coast.
Eva, we're going to take a big nosedive.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be fun? Everybody take a deep breath. Yeah, it wouldn't be fun as gusty as it is.
Wow. Yeah, you can feel it now as soon as you come over the top of them.
Yeah, you catch some of the airflow coming around. There's a valley over here called Honeymoon. It means turtle head. Yeah, we'll actually see what looks like a turtle sticking its head out of its shell. There's an archway under the neck of the turtle head. If you saw King Kong starring Jessica Lange and Jeff Bridges, they walked through that archway in the movie together. Well, let me know if you see Kong running around. He likes to swat at aircraft, so we don't get too close. And there you can see it down below to your left-hand side. You can see all these ridge formations everywhere, which is a common feature to an extinct volcano here in Hawaii. And it's extinct from here all the way to Pu'ukukui on West Maui. Then you cross over to Haleakala, you go extinct to Dorman. Then you go to the Big Island to see active lava flows. Have you been over to see lava yet? At 2,000 degrees, it can move 40 miles an hour right down into the ocean for Pu'uo'o. Of course, we can all run 40 miles an hour with lava chasing us. That's a real motivator. Ever seen Man vs. the Wild with Bear Grylls? Early in his career, he did an episode of Man vs. the Wild in Volcano Park to show people the proper way of crossing an active lava field. You missed a whole lot watching that show. Bear Grylls burst his shoes into flames and was scrambling in a panic to get him off fast enough before he went up in flames. He quickly learned to have a deeper respect for the lava fields.
Yeah. Dang, caught his treads on fire. Huh?
Oh, he did. They just spontaneously combusted.
Wow. Yeah, once that rubber starts going,
oh yeah,
it's hard to stop.
It is.
We used to work in the oil field, and I had one of my spare tires actually get hot enough to catch on fire. I'm driving down the road. Well, you're driving down the road going 55 and just fueling that dang oxygen, and it's on fire big time.
Oh man, that's a bad situation right there.
Hey Steve, how many more waterfalls do you see after the rainfall?
After the rainfall?
After a big rainfall, they dig and you see more of them?
Yeah, oh yeah. They're just everywhere. In fact, you can't even turn a corner without seeing waterfalls when it rains. And that's why some people, when they're coming out to fly on a tour, they'll say, oh, darn, it's raining. Well, we should cancel and wait for a day where it's clear. Well, all the waterfall pictures that you see in Hawaii was not on a blue sky, sunshiny day. It was on a day where you get some of the rain